All right, well, it's my turn to take care of some chores this morning. So let's check on the goats, get them some food, and we'll tell you how things have been going over here for the last few days. Hey, where are all the scoops? For Goaty to not come running over here for food. You okay? So he ate something that wasn't good. It's not what it's supposed to look like. Well, I guess it's not just us who have been sick. Maybe the goats have COVID too. Everyone else seems to be healthy, so I'm guessing he just got into something he shouldn't have. Or he got fed too much food while I've been out of the loop. That's possible too. So have you guys been taking care of the animals?
Not really.
What? Well, who's been taking care of the animals, Mom?
Yeah, Mom's still been coming out here. I took care of the goats 2 days ago, though.
Okay, Goaty's sick. Why is he sick? What have you guys been feeding him?
What's wrong with him?
I don't know, he won't eat. He's laying down. Do you guys feed him leftovers or something?
No. I just fed him that.
Feed him ice cream?
No, did I feed him too much goat feed?
I don't know. All right, let's check on these guys. Oh boy. Baby chicks everywhere. Well, it's been a very rough week this week. I'll take you in, the SSL family mom and I will talk a little bit more about what happened, but we have COVID. The whole family has had it except for Summer, our youngest. My daughter Kayla got it first last week. We didn't know she had it until about Friday of last week. She said, I can't really smell and I can't taste. And she had been feeling kind of sick, and we thought it was just a cold or something like that she caught. And so Monday this week, we had a family function to go to, and she was still like not feeling great. And so we were like, you know what, let's go get tested and just make sure that you don't have COVID before we go over here, any of us go over here and get people sick. And so we ran up to the testing place, got a rapid test for her. She came back positive, and I thought, well, I might as well get tested too and see if I have it, And I got tested, and I came out positive too. I had no symptoms. I felt fine. Later on that day, on Monday this week, it's been 4 or 5 days ago. It's Friday today. I started feeling awful. I just started feeling worse and worse and worse and worse. It was like a heavy flu coming on. It felt like all the fever symptoms, all that stuff that you get when you have, the flu. And man, it came on hard. And by Tuesday morning, by Monday night, I was completely laid out in bed. I was weak and sick, and just everything hurt. My eyes hurt, my head hurt. I didn't really have a fever much. I think we read maybe 99 a couple times, but it wasn't really much of a fever. And just everything was awful. This is where we've been a lot this week. How are you feeling?
Horrible.
You got it pretty hard now, don't you?
Yeah. I started to get super sick today. I have different symptoms than you have, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. I don't think any better. It seems to be worse in just different ways, but
I really think this is what happens to us. You get sick, I'm okay.
yeah.
I take care of the home and the kids.
Yeah, you took care of everything.
And then it flips.
It's my turn.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, babe. It's
been
horrible.
rough, but we're making it, and we're gonna feel better. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, you had COVID first, which means this is all your fault, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so you had COVID like a week. Now it's been 2 weeks, and are you like 100%?
My nose is still
stuffy and I have like stuff in the back of my throat.
But
yeah.
you actually lost your taste and smell, kind of.
Yeah, my taste, like things would just taste kind of more bland, but I couldn't really smell anything.
And now you can.
Not really.
Okay, awesome. Did you get COVID?
No.
How have you been doing with COVID?
I've been waking up and playing Roblox. That's
So
it.
you've just been basically playing computer games because we're all sick and...
Yeah.
Are you sick?
No.
What? You didn't get sick at all?
Mm-mm.
So you're like COVID immune, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're the strongest of all of us.
Just Remy is.
So we've been using one of these, what is this thing called?
Pulse oximeter.
This thing that measures the oxygen level in our heartbeat. So this is the highest that mine has been. So it's day 6 for me. And this is the first time that I've hit 98. It's been at 92, as low as 92. Most of the days it was 93, 94. And so I'm healing. That's good. How are you feeling today?
I feel okay, but I have heartburn. So I'm noticing that I had all the digestive symptoms that nobody else in our family
You
did.
got sick yesterday.
Yeah, I threw up.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
And you also had a fever and you also felt awful. And so you had you had all of the COVID symptoms pretty much that they offer.
I got lucky.
But
the heartburn is really bad, and I started to worry if it was like, is it my breathing or is it? But I'm pretty sure it's heartburn. So.
Well, it is Sunday afternoon. Still not doing great. Lisa actually has not been feeling well still, and her lungs have been hurting her a lot, and so we're actually up at the emergency room right now getting her checked out. They wouldn't let me come in with her, so she's inside getting checked out, and she's been texting back and forth with me so far. You know, they've listened to her lungs, and she's got a COVID test and came back positive, and they've been it sounds like they're going to give her some medication and things, and so we'll just wait now here for her to get out, and then we'll get the full scoop from her. It sounds like everything's okay. This is normal for COVID. It's a 10-day recovery at least, and this COVID lung or whatever happened sounds like it's just something that it affects everybody differently, and so hers has been really painful. Mine wasn't as much, so we'll see what she says when she gets out. You survived.
We have to go get medicine.
What did they give you? What's the scoop?
Well, I tested positive for COVID,
Wow, groundbreaking.
and I got Mucinex and steroids.
Okay, so steroids.
And I'm out of breath just walking.
I'll get in the car.
Okay.
All right, well, we have fully, I don't know, should I say fully? We've recovered from
99%.
we've recovered from COVID, and we're just wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about kind of our experience with it, what happened to us, how we dealt with it, some tips and tricks for those of you guys out there who may, catch this thing in the next upcoming months or year or whatever, and just kind of our thoughts on some things. So it wasn't fun. I have real mild asthma. Like we were kind of like, oh, I wonder how my breathing is going to be. Mm-hmm. You had, went to the emergency room and
I had
checked
it worse than you
your
had
lungs
it, and I
stuff.
don't have asthma, so.
Yeah, and everything seemed to be okay. They gave you that steroid and everything was fine. So it took us, it's been over 3 weeks now, but it took us the full 10 plus days.
Right.
To really come out of this thing. Headaches and weak and just tired every day, and just feel sick, and your breathing's not right, and it was something. It was a flu, but it was a super flu. One of the things that I think was huge for us, you can't leave. We couldn't leave the house. I couldn't go to the store. I couldn't go get food. I couldn't go get prescriptions, like even drive-thrus and stuff like that. I didn't feel comfortable going to a drive-thru and getting stuff. So we relied heavily on, Walmart delivery was one of the things.
Grocery delivery. I had just placed an order the morning you went to urgent care to get tested. So we had a lot of groceries delivered that morning, which was just awesome timing.
Perfect.
Yeah, but we also were cared for by our church family.
We had so many people.
and friends
helped.
and family. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think, that's like one of the things that we want to share with you guys is if you know somebody that is sick and has this thing, it's different than other things where you're just sick for a couple of days, whatever. This is, a lot of people are sick, pretty seriously for 10 plus days. So they need stuff, like help people out, go bring somebody a meal. You can go to Walmart or other grocery places, I'm sure, and you can actually order, like we've done this with quite a few people, we've ordered groceries for people and had it delivered to their house.
At no extra charge.
Yeah.
It was just, it comes with the monthly fee. So
For the Walmart, yes.
Yeah.
And then, people brought us meals and people brought us medicine, cough, like all things we didn't even think about.
a pulse oximeter.
Elderberry, stuff and like all these other natural type, supplements and vitamin C and
Gatorade.
everything. Yeah, waters, Gatorades, like whatever. So that was a huge blessing. Like,
Yeah. Thank you to everyone that did that for us.
the cough drops, like I got such a sore throat for a few days. We didn't have any cough drops and somebody had dropped some off and it was it really saved me because I was taking Motrin and Tylenol and my throat was hurt so bad that I was still, eating cough drops. So anyway, help people out if you know somebody has it and also prepare, make sure that you have stuff around and stuff on hand, make sure you have some medicine on hand, make sure you have, I think the Gatorades were a big thing, like the vitamins, the cough drops and pain medication, Motrin and Tylenol was a huge help.
The pulse oximeter was
yes.
an awesome blessing because really that's the thing you want to monitor when you have COVID and there's some lung involvement. You want to make sure that your oxygen is at a good level, and that will keep you out of going to get checked and wondering if you're doing okay, because you honestly will feel awful and your oxygen will be just fine. So how would you know if you didn't have this simple little device that you can get on Amazon for $10 to $20? And since then I've ordered several for some of our friends that have come down with it in their home. So
The big question a lot of you guys are maybe thinking is, did we get vaccinated?
did we get vaccinated?
We didn't get vaccinated, and it wasn't because I don't think we're not anti-vaccination people. We just, I was in the military. If for any of you guys out there who've been in the military, you don't get a choice on what they give you. I've had,
And it's not all FDA approved.
I don't
even
know
years
what
ago.
they get. Anthrax vaccines that
Yeah.
were a disaster. Smallpox vaccines. I've been vaccinated for stuff I have no idea what it is.
You've been
people give
vaccinated multiple times.
for tons of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I don't care. Give me a vaccine, whatever it is. It's fine. I'm fine with that. We just hadn't really, we didn't really consider ourselves to be like high risk, super high risk. So,
we just
but I wasn't.
we were kind of
worried,
thinking
I guess.
about it, and we were actually talking about it a few weeks before we tested positive, and so it was just something that we had gotten COVID tests.
Yeah.
If we felt a little sick, and just to be responsible when we were out with public, we always tested negative, and it was just not something that we thought about.
But now we're good, at least for a while.
And now we have some antibodies.
Now we have real vaccination in our bodies.
Yeah.
So I would much prefer that anyway. I would much prefer, we got it. I know it's a risk, but it was a low risk for our age group and our health conditions and stuff like that. And so
We didn't feel really great though.
No.
I
took us
don't want that again.
Not
That's
gonna lie.
for sure.
No.
Yeah.
So hopefully we at least bought ourselves some time. We don't have to worry about it for at least 90 days, 6 months, or hopefully longer than that. So this thing is a real thing, and I know a lot of people. We've had people, friends of ours, that have passed away because of COVID. And so obviously we're not here to promote or demote getting vaccinated or anything like that. That's not our place. That's a personal, your own decision. But a lot of you guys I know have been like, why the chicken coop build? I want to see that. I want to what are you guys going to do with this repair in your house? All these things have been going on. Literally, this sickness happened in the middle of it. So we had this water leak problem, this drain pipe leak that's happening. We're in the process of fixing. We're in the middle of building the chicken coop. We're in the middle of all these projects, and then this happened. And so things have been delayed a little bit. So be patient with us. But we're getting back into
I think
things.
he thought when he tested positive, since you had no symptoms.
Oh, I thought, this is great. I'm going to have to stay home for 10 days. I'm going to get so much done. I'm going to be fine. And then not 6 hours later, I was in bed, and I thought I was dying. So it was...
Yeah.
Darn.
He didn't get a lot
It
done.
wasn't a fun quarantine at all.
Right. So one of the biggest things for me when we found out that we tested positive was there was a fear factor. And this is a global pandemic that's going on, and to know that you have something that people are dying of. People die of things all the time, but this was something a little bit more, there was a little bit more of a fear factor in it. And our faith,
it's random.
Our faith was so precious to us during this trial. It carried us through. It was an anchor for us during, just some really low times where we just were extremely weak, and just really had to rely on, our faith to get us through some of those really tough days. And so to me, having gone through this, it makes our mission as a Christ follower just so much more crystal clear. We need to get out there, and we need to share the hope of Jesus with everyone that we can. So
that's a really good point. And that this brings up kind of something that we think about often whenever we go through different trials. Like, this was certainly a trial for us because it brought our life to a halt. There's a lot of things going on that had to be carried by other people, responsibilities at the church and in our home and with the kids, and like all these things going on. There's a certain bit of fear to this, when you're starting to like, oh, I'm sure I'll be fine with this. And then when you're laying in bed feeling awful and you're like, man, am I going to be fine with it? Like, is it going to be,
how's this going to,
am I going to be in the hospital? You don't know, but we all are going to go through trials. Like, you guys out there, and this isn't the first trial we've gone through. This isn't the last trial we're going to go through. There's tons of things that can happen. Our health will fail us. Our homes will fail us, our jobs, our money, all these things in this world, they will fail us. And we do have to have a steady rock to lean on. And we do have to have a faith that is solid and something that we can always fall back to and we always know is there. Now, does that mean that we're like just going to go and jump out in front of a car because no, that's not what I'm saying. We're not one of those people that are going to say, don't use any protective measures in the world because of our faith.
Right,
that's not it. But certainly when the world crumbles around us, we want to have something that's real and solid and forever to rely on. So
a lot of you probably know that we had COVID because we put stories out on our Instagram account. So just want to put a little shameless plug out there for Instagram and our stories. I run that most of the time and give a lot of backstory to just our behind the scenes life here at home and on the farm. So
that's true. If you were following us on Instagram and Facebook, you've already known all this.
You would have already known all of this. So thank you so much for your prayers, because many of you told us that you were praying for us.
That's right. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. Lots more stuff coming up, projects and other things, so stay tuned for that. Of course, subscribe if you found this video out on YouTube and it's your first time here. Love to have you tag along for all the fun around here. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.